How are you feeling?
I'm, as the French would say, comme ci, comme ça. Okay. I'm okay. I'm kind of in two headspaces. I'm proud that I pushed the pace, frustrated that nothing really happened in the match. So it's just one of those things where I've been left a little bit unsatisfied. Like, I wish we could just keep going because I felt like she was getting tired, but it is what it is.
Obviously, you're going to have to go back and rewatch, and you really can't figure out, but when they were doing the scorecards, did you have a feeling that you had won, or was it so close that you had no idea?
I had no idea. I kind of felt like I might have, because they gave her like a stalling call, and I was like, yeah, like I felt like I was pushing the pace. But then I remembered the foot lock. It popped in terms of like it cracked loud, but my foot is fine. I have cracky feet. But she had the bite on the foot lock, so I was like, is that going to override all this work I've been putting in the whole time? I knew that they'd probably give that round to her, but I hoped that the first and the last round where I was initiating the action was going to override that. So it was really hard to tell. So.
Was there at any point were you in danger at all?
Yeah, I mean, when she was attacking the foot, for sure, I was like, I don't want to be in that. But other than that, I felt confident that I was shutting down everything she was doing. It's one of those things where I feel like I wish we could just keep going without a time limit, if that makes sense. I mean, we were getting reset every, like, the 5 minutes, you have the 1 minute, which I really like that usually, but when... Like, I feel like I want to switch up, okay, I'm trying to play guard this time, and then I just felt like she wasn't willing to come on top, which is absolutely fine. Like, if you've got a game plan, you want to stick to it. But yeah, I do feel like I'm the more rounded athlete, so yeah.
It's probably, you're probably going to have to grapple her at some point again. So
yeah.
In the next one, do you hope to have longer rounds and not the 3-round system?
I like the 3-round system for sure. I think it's great for pushing the pace, because that 1 minute gives you the opportunity to reset and like really approach it in a different way, but just the same thing just kept coming up, and that was what was frustrating. But I think it's one of those things that, like, you can only look after what you're doing, you can't control what the other person's doing, you know.
Maybe do 5, like a UFC championship kind of, like a 5 3-minute rounds, or 5 5-minute rounds.
I like longer the better, because I feel like I can wear someone down. One thing that I pride myself on is having good cardio and good pace, and I do think that I can really wear on someone. So 5 5s would be incredible. I would like that personally. I don't know if the crowd would enjoy that, but I would be like, let's go.
Many people, it's pretty much this was the match for the best female grappler on the planet. Do you feel like, obviously you feel like you're the best grappler? Do you feel like this win and this performance, you're still there? I
mean, I don't like to say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm
right.
Pound for pound. I'm not going to self-appoint a nickname or claim to be the very best. I think there are so many girls who are in contention to be the very best. I think someone who's really heavily overlooked is Ana Vieira, actually. I would love to fight her, because I think she's one of the goats of our sport, like one of the greatest athletes, regardless of male or female. And as is Adele, you know, like they're both phenomenal athletes. So I would love to fight Adele again, because obviously it was such a tight match. Do I think much would be different? I'm not sure, because I can work on myself. Outside passing is something I clearly need to work on from that match, but I can't control what the other person does if they want to engage or not. But yeah, I also don't want to do 125. I'd love to do 135, because that's my natural weight, and I don't want to weight cut anymore. I want to love what I'm doing, and when I'm focused on cutting, it really pulls the love out of the sport for me. So I think that's important for me. As much as like it's frustrating, because I feel like a rematch would be amazing, but I also want to put myself first, and that I did get the win, and I don't know if I want to put my body through another difficult weight cut.
Right.
And I love this sport, and I want to keep loving it.
Right.
And yeah, I don't think it's necessary for me to cut weight. I think I'm strong enough that it's not something. all it does is make me suffer for a few months.
So that being said, when would you like to compete again?
As soon as possible. Yeah. Put me back in. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, as soon as possible. Whenever they want me, I'll be there. Like, hey.
I got 3 questions outside of tonight. First of all, how many times do people fuck up your name?
Every day. Every day, to a point where I'm like, is my name Fiona? But I also, it is confusing. I get it, especially in the US. It's like, they're like, why are there 2 Fs? And I'm like, I don't know. It's another language. I'm sorry.
So what's the worst screw up you've heard?
Bijan. Bijan, like the Bijan frise.
Oh.
Bijan, yeah. And I was like, where's the B? But I was like, okay. And I'd been with that person for a week. Like, I went to their gym and spent the week there, and then went, thanks for coming, Ffion. And I was like, no worries.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, I was like, fair enough.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Is a head coach, like, is that still in the works?
Yes.
To be a head
Yes.
coach?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
How? Well, just kind of talk about it, and how excited are you?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to be the head coach at Armour in London. It's opening in July, mid-July, and it's something that is like the most exciting thing ever. Like, I can't believe it's happening. It's going to be a super gym. It's going to be a huge facility with sauna, ice plunge, like everything's going to be in a weights room, smoothie bar, workspace upstairs, and jiu-jitsu with me and like a host of amazing coaches. So for something like that to be in London in the UK is incredible. Yeah, I'm delighted. I can't wait to be a coach.
Was being a coach something you were kind of working for, or did it kind of just kind of fall in your lap, or like how did it kind of come about?
I mean, it's a passion I never knew. It's like a secret passion. Didn't realize it. I started teaching out of necessity because it was like I need to teach seminars to make money in jiu-jitsu. Before, you know, we've got the UFC now, which is I'm like officially a UFC athlete, which
Right.
is crazy. Not like the cool kind, but like this kind, which is not quite as cool. But yeah, like I am a UFC athlete. I don't get punched. So
Right. I mean,
what can I say?
Might-
All the MMA
might be
fighters like
better?
shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But teaching just happened as like it was like an accident, and then I realized that I love fighting. Competing is I love it so much. It's something I've always known I've loved since I was a kid. I've done it since I was a child in judo, and teaching was that unexpected thing that like really just like I love it. I love helping someone else achieve their goals. I love seeing someone do the moves I showed them and just seeing them get their wins, whether it's on a competition mat or like in the gym. And yeah, also a big part of like everything for me now, my real goal is like past like world championships or ADCC championships or like, you know, UFC belts potentially, like I hope. Like past all that, like my biggest goal is to get more women in this sport. And I think having a facility like we're going to have in London, having a female head coach, which is incredibly rare, to bring more girls into this sport, that is my goal. I'm never going to be the GOAT. I'm never going to be the 10-time world champion. I'm too old.
Right.
I'm too old and tired. But one thing I want to be is a pioneer of getting more girls into this sport and leading the way for the new generation. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, you've basically achieved everything you can. Now the next part is the legacy you want to put on is getting other females in the sport.
Yeah. There's going to be girls who far surpass me in skill, and that's what I want. You know, like it obviously in the moment when this happens, when I fight an up and coming girl who's going to beat the shit out of me, it's going to happen. And that's, you know, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I do a Khabib and I just retire. And I'm like, yeah, bye, bitches. That's ideal.
Right.
But one day that might happen. But I can look at that and go, this is, as you know, as much as it makes your ego hurt, at the end of the day, it's like that. This is where the women's jiu-jitsu's come. Like, even look back when I got my black belt at first, my skill was shit. My level, me now would beat the shit out of me then, and that's a good thing. And so the girls that are coming through who've done this since they were 5 years old in world-class facilities, that's what we want, you know, and that brings more girls into the sport. And it will be a case of you can't become a world champion when you start at 19. Like, that's what I did. I started at 19 years old and I got world championships, which is great, but that won't be happening anymore. I mean, not anymore. I mean, there will be anomalies, there will be, you know, freak athletes, and that's great. Right. But I think that's a good thing that the sport is becoming like any other sport now, where you kind of have to start early unless you're freakishly talented,
right?
Which I'm not. So, if we're being honest,
I think you are. Come on. And last one for me, kind of in on a spicier question, but okay. So I don't know if you've noticed, Craig Jones has been taking a lot of shots at the UFC, kind of subliminally.
Yeah.
Obviously, you competed for him. He's against athletes signing contracts. What's your thoughts on it overall? Because while he has a mission on what he's trying to do, right? But the UFC also has a mission on what they're trying to do. So I guess what's your stance on it?
I mean, my stance is going to come as a female athlete, and if you look at CJI, they don't have a women's division. I think they're being bullied into putting a women's division on, and I don't have. For me, I can only speak for myself, and I have no desire to beg people for a place on a card anymore. I used to do it. I used to go, please help me, please. I don't want to do that anymore. I just got put as main event on the biggest platform there is. I'm not begging for a spot anymore, and that's not me saying, you know, being entitled or me thinking I'm whatever. That's not the case. It's just, why would I why would I go into a federation that doesn't want me, that I have to beg for a space in? If there is a division, I'd love to be part of it, but to be honest, I would much rather fight for a belt with the UFC. If that's a possibility, I would love to do it. 135-pound belt would be phenomenal. It'd be the dream, maybe in London. Hey, I don't know, maybe I'll come to London. I wish CJI the best. I think it was a great show. I was really, really glad to be part of it. I think it made huge waves, and there's no questioning, it was an amazing event. I wish them the best in this event, but unless there's a women's division, I'm not interested, and I'm very happy with my contract.